AITA for inviting my ex-mistress to my wedding? So I, 24 male, proposed to my then-girlfriend, let's call her Sam, 23F, in April 2019. We planned to have the wedding July 2020, but got postponed due to COVID. Then around Christmas last year, my favorite uncle passed away suddenly. As my biological father was never in the picture, my uncle was like a father to me, so as you can imagine, this took quite a toll. I became very depressed, couldn't leave the house most days. I felt so alone. Sam tried to comfort me, but she just didn't understand. That's when I started to lean on Dani, 19F, his daughter, the only person who knew what I was going through. Before I knew it, Dani was my only comfort, so things escalated further than I had planned. Meaning, yes, we slept together. I didn't mean for it to happen, but I only felt alive when I was with Dani. I love Sam, and I felt horrible for cheating, so after a few weeks of excruciating guilt, I eventually came clean. Although she was, understandably, very upset, Sam understood that my grief had consumed me, and as long as I promised not to cheat again, we could still get married. Of course, I wholeheartedly agreed, and we excitedly jumped back into the wedding planning. Cut to a couple of months ago, we were writing the wedding invites. Sam got up to talk to her sister on the phone, and asked me to finish up writing the invites by myself. We had a couple empty spots, and since everything was already paid for, I decided not to waste them. An invite was written to Dani. I didn't think this was a big deal, she was family, after all. So I didn't think much of it. However, the scene outside the church was less than desirable. Of course, Sam held it together for the ceremony and while socializing with our family and friends, but I could tell something wasn't right. I pulled her aside and asked her if everything was okay, and she absolutely flipped. She told me it was unacceptable that I had invited that whore without consulting her. I told her that it was my wedding too, and if my uncle wouldn't be there, I at least wanted his daughter to see me walk down the aisle. She told me I was being manipulative and selfish, and that I had broken our agreement, which I hadn't. She hasn't talked to me since the wedding. So Reddit, am I the asshole?